Losing a life partner is one of the hardest journeys anyone can face. It's not just the deep, aching grief. It's the flood of decisions that suddenly feel impossible to make. In moments like these, it's easy to act out of sadness, isolation, or pressure from well-meaning friends and family. But some choices made in the heat of grief can cause lasting regrets, unexpected financial strain, and emotional hurdles that slow down the healing process. The reality is, while mourning is deeply personal, there are a few things you should seriously reconsider before agreeing to. In today's video, we'll walk through 5 things you should say no to after losing a spouse. Common mistakes that many people in places like Chicago, Houston, and beyond have shared they wish they'd avoided. These are the traps that can make an already heartbreaking time even more overwhelming. Stick with me until the end, because these aren't just tips to prevent mistakes. They're tools to help you move forward with strength, clarity, and the peace you deserve. Let's dive in. Number 1. Rushing into major financial decisions. One of the biggest mistakes people make after losing a spouse is moving too quickly on important financial matters. It's completely understandable. Suddenly you're dealing with bank accounts, retirement funds, life insurance, and maybe even a tough choice of whether to stay in or sell your home. In the chaos of grief, it can feel like doing something, anything, will bring a sense of control. But the truth is, grief clouds judgment, and making big, irreversible choices too soon often leads to painful regrets. When emotions are high, what seems like a smart move today might feel completely wrong a few months from now. Take the story of 71-year-old Helen from Scottsdale, Arizona. After her husband passed, friends and even her financial planner urged her to sell her family home right away. The idea sounded practical: fewer responsibilities, lower bills, a clean slate. Within 6 months, Helen moved into a condo across town. But as the dust settled, she realized she felt isolated and deeply missed the familiarity and memories her old neighborhood held. Looking back, she wishes she had taken more time before making such a permanent decision. And it's not just real estate. New widows and widowers often become targets for financial predators. People offering can't-miss investments, urging fast action, or even well-meaning friends giving risky advice. If someone is pressuring you to sign papers, cash out accounts, or jump into a new investment, hit pause. Good financial choices rarely happen in a hurry. Another trap? Giving away large sums of money too soon. It's natural to want to help children, grandchildren, or support a cause close to your heart. But being too generous right away could put your own future security at risk. What feels doable now might create serious problems later. Before making any big moves, it's wise to sit down with a trusted financial advisor who understands both your short-term emotions and your long-term needs. The first year after a major loss should be about finding your footing, not making sweeping financial changes. Many experts suggest following the 1-year rule. Avoid major decisions for at least 12 months. This gives you space to breathe, heal, and see your options more clearly. Losing a spouse is one of life's hardest transitions. The last thing you need is added financial stress from choices made too soon. Take your time, lean on trustworthy guidance, and remember, there's no deadline for rebuilding your life with strength and care. Number 2, cutting yourself off from friends and family. After the loss of spouse, wanting some space is completely normal. Grief is deeply personal, and sometimes it feels like being alone is the only way to survive the pain. But while taking time for yourself is healthy, shutting out friends and family entirely can lead to even deeper loneliness that slows down the healing process. Many people tell themselves they just need a little more time alone, but isolation can quietly become a habit that's hard to break. Human connection is vital for emotional and physical health, especially after a major loss. Studies show that long periods of isolation can weaken your immune system, raise your blood pressure, and even shorten your lifespan. On the other hand, staying connected, even in simple ways, can offer comfort and strength when you need it most. Take the story of 76-year-old Robert from Tampa, Florida. After losing his wife of 48 years, he stopped answering texts, skipped family dinners, and spent most of his days inside. telling himself that nobody could understand his pain. As the weeks turned into months, Robert noticed he felt worse. More tired, more anxious, even physically weaker. It wasn't until his daughter gently encouraged him to join her for lunch once a week that he began to feel a small shift. That one lunch turned into a routine, and slowly, Robert realized that being around loved ones didn't erase his grief, but made it a little easier to bear. You don't have to throw yourself into big social events before you're ready. Small steps matter. Answer a friend's call, take a short walk with a neighbor, or join a local support group when you feel up to it. Even sitting quietly with someone can remind you that you're not alone. Another common mistake is pushing away those who truly care. Grief can make you irritable, exhausted, or convinced that no one gets it. But turning away from people who want to help only deepens the sense of being alone. Your friends and family may not have the perfect words, but often their presence is what matters most. It can also be incredibly healing to connect with others who have experienced similar loss. Whether it's through a local grief support group, a community event, or even an online forum, sharing your story and hearing others can bring powerful validation and comfort. There's no deadline for healing, but locking yourself away only makes the road harder. Finding little ways to reconnect at your own pace can bring strength, support, and even unexpected moments of hope. Remember, you don't have to carry this alone. People care about you and want to walk this journey with you, one small step at a time. If you're still with me and finding this video helpful, comment number 2 down below so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Your support means a lot and helps us keep making meaningful content for you. Let's keep going. Number 3, neglecting your own health and well-being. When you lose a spouse, it's easy to become so overwhelmed by grief that you stop taking care of yourself. Doctor's appointments get pushed aside, meals are skipped or replaced with whatever's easy, and routines that once kept you grounded start to slip away. Some people even feel guilty for focusing on their health, like taking care of themselves somehow means they're moving on too soon. But the truth is, neglecting your well-being doesn't honor the love you shared. It only makes the road ahead more difficult. Grief impacts your body in ways many people don't expect. Research shows that losing a life partner increases the risk of heart disease, weakens the immune system, and can even speed up cognitive decline. Stress can spike your blood pressure, disrupt your sleep, and completely change your appetite. Some people barely eat, while others find comfort in unhealthy foods. Over time, these habits can lead to serious health problems, making an already tough situation even harder to face. Consider the story of 82-year-old Frank from Asheville, North Carolina. After his wife passed, he stopped cooking altogether. Meals became bags of chips or frozen dinners. And soon he found himself constantly tired, struggling to sleep, and feeling weaker by the day. It wasn't until his grandson started bringing him simple, homemade meals that Frank realized how much his body had been suffering. Once he began eating better, drinking more water, and sticking to a small routine, he noticed real changes: more energy, better sleep, and a steadier mood to help him cope with his grief. Self-care isn't just about what's on your plate. Movement, rest, and emotional support are all essential. Many widowed people stop exercising because they no longer have a partner to motivate them. But even a short walk around the neighborhood or stretching for a few minutes a day can significantly boost your mood, reduce stress, and support your long-term health. Joining a local walking group or fitness class can also offer a sense of community when you need it most. Another common misstep is skipping medical appointments. Overwhelm can make it feel easier to put off checkups or ignore health concerns. But now, more than ever, taking care of your body is critical. If it's been a while, schedule that physical. Stay current with medications. Manage chronic conditions. These small steps can make a world of difference. And don't forget about your mental health. Grief can open the door to depression, anxiety, and deep loneliness. If you're struggling, reaching out for help is one of the bravest things you can do. Whether it's a counselor, a grief group, or simply a trusted friend, sharing your burden can ease some of the weight. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means allowing yourself the space to breathe again. Your loved one would want you to take care of yourself. Honoring their memory doesn't mean fading away. It means living in a way that lets you find strength, peace, and moments of joy again. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to take your time. But always remember, your life and your health are still precious. You are still here and you matter. Number 4, jumping into a new relationship too soon. Losing a spouse leaves a hole in your life that feels impossible to fill. The loneliness that follows can be overwhelming, and the idea of finding someone new might seem like the only way to ease the pain. Wanting connection is completely natural, but one of the most common mistakes people make is rushing into a new relationship before they've had time to truly heal. Acting on the need for comfort rather than genuine readiness often leads to more heartbreak, confusion, and regret. Grief has no set timeline. Some people may feel ready to explore new connections after a year or two, while others might take much longer. But when emotions are still raw, it's easy to mistake relief from loneliness for real love. Many find themselves seeking someone to replace what was lost, to numb the pain, or to escape feeling alone. Relationships formed under these circumstances often start with intensity, but lack the steady foundation needed to last. Take the example of 75-year-old Diane from Sarasota, Florida. Just a few months after her husband of 48 years passed away, she met someone through her church group. At first, the companionship seemed like exactly what she needed. Someone to share meals with, to talk to lean on. But over time, Diane realized she had entered the relationship more out of fear of being alone than out of true emotional readiness. The connection felt rushed, and she eventually had to step back to focus on her own healing. Looking back, she wished she had given herself more time to rebuild her life before opening her heart to someone new. Starting a new relationship should come from a place of wholeness, not from desperation to fill the void. After decades with a spouse, routines, habits, and memories become deeply woven into daily life. Jumping into something new too quickly can lead to unfair comparisons, feelings of guilt, and emotional instability. Many widowed individuals experience inner conflict, wanting to move forward while also feeling as though they're betraying the love they lost. It's crucial to acknowledge and work through these emotions first. Another real danger is falling prey to people with bad intentions. Sadly, there are those who specifically target grieving individuals, offering emotional comfort with hidden motives, whether for financial gain or emotional control. Widowed seniors can be especially vulnerable, which is why it's so important to move slowly and listen to your instincts. If someone pressures you to commit quickly, asks for money, or tries to isolate you from loved ones, those are serious red flags. None of this means you should avoid love forever. Many widowed people find meaningful, beautiful relationships later in life. The key is to make sure you're entering any new relationship from a place of strength and true readiness, not just to fill a void. Giving yourself time to grieve, reconnect with your own identity, and find peace on your own will make any future connection healthier and more fulfilling. If and when you feel ready to date again, move at your own pace. Be clear about your needs, set healthy boundaries, and surround yourself with friends or family you can trust for support. Don't let outside opinions rush your process. Whether it takes 1 year or 10, the timeline is yours and yours alone. Healing from the loss of a spouse is one of the hardest journeys a person can take. There's no handbook, no deadline, and no right or wrong path. Take care of yourself first. When love comes again, let it be from a place of peace, strength, and authenticity. If you're still watching and this message resonates with you, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support means the world to us. Let's keep going. Number 5, holding on to every possession without letting go. One of the most heartbreaking challenges after losing a spouse is deciding what to do with their belongings. Every item carries memories, and the idea of letting go can feel like losing them all over again. It's completely understandable to want to hold on tightly, but sometimes keeping everything exactly the same can unintentionally trap you in your grief, making it harder to heal and move forward. Holding on to a few special, Meaningful items is healthy and natural. No one is saying you have to erase the past or clear everything out overnight. But when the entire home remains unchanged, clothes still hanging in the closet, shoes by the door, toothbrush on the counter, it can feel less like a living space and more like a shrine to loss. Instead of offering comfort, it can serve as a constant, painful reminder of what's missing. Consider 76-year-old Harold's story. After his wife of 55 years passed away, he couldn't bring himself to move a single thing. At first, it felt like a way to keep her presence close. But over time, Harold realized that passing her untouched belongings every day made it harder to breathe, harder to feel anything but sadness. Eventually, with great care, he chose a few cherished items: a locket she always wore, a few favorite photographs, her handwritten recipes, and found special places for them. He donated the rest to causes she loved. Harold discovered that by letting go of the physical clutter, he made more space for his memories and his healing. Letting go doesn't mean letting go of love. It doesn't mean forgetting. It means making space for your own life to continue, even as you carry your spouse's memory with you. If the thought of clearing things out feels overwhelming, start small. Pick one drawer, one shelf, or one box. Choose what truly holds deep meaning and let the rest find a new life somewhere it can do good. It's also important to move at your own pace. Some friends or family members might encourage you to clean out quickly, thinking it will help you move on. But only you know when you're ready. It's okay to take your time. And it's also okay to admit if keeping everything is keeping you stuck. Finding ways to honor your spouse's memory can help make this process feel less painful. Some people turn a favorite shirt into a quilt, create a memory box with small treasures, or pass down a beloved book or piece of jewelry to a grandchild. By choosing what stays and finding ways to share what mattered most, you transform grief into legacy. At the end of the day, grief isn't about the objects left behind. It's about the love, the memories, and the connection that can never be taken away. Letting go of some possessions isn't moving away from your spouse. It's making room to carry their love with you in a lighter, more peaceful way. If you're still here and this message resonates with you, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Let's continue this journey together. Final thoughts. Losing a spouse is one of life's most profound and painful experiences. It changes everything: the way you live, the way you think, and the way you see the future. In the midst of such overwhelming grief, it's important to remember that every decision you make has the power to either support your healing or make the journey even harder. That's why saying no to these 5 common mistakes: rushing financial decisions, isolating yourself, neglecting your health, jumping into a new relationship too soon, and holding on to everything without allowing space for change can make a significant difference in how you move forward with strength and clarity. Grief doesn't follow a timeline, and there's no single right way to navigate it. But avoiding these pitfalls can help protect both your heart and your future. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. Moving forward doesn't mean leaving your spouse behind. It means honoring their memory in a way that allows you to keep living with purpose, peace, and even moments of joy in the days ahead. What stood out to you the most? Which of these insights do you feel speaks most to your own journey? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to use in your life. Your thoughts are truly important to us, and reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform, uplift, and inspire. Thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.